definitely don't say that the blueprint you came up with is like a really famous
one.
architecture
Yeah, it's
house.
fully like printing out the Sistine Chapel, and you're like, yeah, that was something I whipped up for a group project.
It was my midterm.
And the mom was like, that's like Mama, that's
the
Frank Lloyd Wright, honey.
Yeah,
what are you
that's
talking about?
Frank Lloyd
Hello,
Wright.
That's the Hancock Building. What are you doing?
That's the Waterfall House, girl. Like, it's in Wisconsin. What are we talking about? Welcome back to another special episode of Boys Love, Boys Love. This time we're recapping the entirety, the series recap for Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo. As always, I'm Adam.
I'm RJ.
What are you wearing? And who are you wearing today?
I'm wearing my Uniqlo Basics, honey.
Great.
And who are you wearing? Taekwondo recognized?
This is
Did
legit
you buy
Taekwondo.
You bought an actual Taekwondo costume.
Well, yeah, because the
Uniform.
costume ones are all karate, and I was like, I think that'll be offensive.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
I mean, it's already, you know what? It's already not great, but we're going with it. The theme of the show is Taekwondo. Don't yell at me, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, she showed up for the assignment.
I learned how to tie the belt correctly. I ironed this shirt.
You
So,
did?
You know, I really go above and beyond for you girls.
The dolls don't know. So
did you ever do martial arts?
I wanted to, but my mother, oh, here we go again,
Oh, boy.
didn't sign me up for things that I would get hurt for. So that's why I was a cantor boy and a choir member. You know, I was swinging that incense, honey, in the Sunday
That's
mass.
crazy, because at my church, only adults could do that.
Wow. Oh, they were letting kids do it, honey. But it would have been fun if I've thought about it now, actually. Like, should I do a martial art now? Like,
Can you do it
a Muay
now?
Thai? Yeah. Just do like a class.
Like an adult's class?
Like an adult's, like a kickboxing class, or even like, there's like dojos so you can be like, you want to try for like adult beginner.
Wow. Which
kinda
one would
want
you
to-
do?
Taekwondo would be fun because I like kicking, but Muay Thai also I've been interested in.
Ooh.
My eye on Muay Thai, honey.
I've had my eye on plenty of Thai.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mark, Jimmy,
C.
Est. So Adam, what was the vote for this? The theme of this BL selection? Because when we do a Patreon only show, we'll put out a poll. And we select the selections and we watch the trailers for people to vote.
Yes. So the theme was it's wonderful because
It's wonderful.
because there is an icon over in South Korea named Hwang da-seul.
Yeah.
And she has now done 4 iconic BLs.
Titles, yeah.
That I would say are so impressive on their own merits.
But also helped, I think, define like the Korean BL.
I don't know if it defined Korean BL, but I will say it is what I think now people. I would not classify her work as like defining Korean BL, but
Maybe
I would
defining
say
is not
it's
the right
like
word, but
it's like elevating.
Elevating. It has become a standard.
A standout for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think even if these are more not your speed,
Right.
because they're true K-dramas.
Yeah. That's true.
If that's not necessarily your thing,
Yeah.
it's still so impressive that it is so like shot beautifully, the chemistry, like it feels really different than a lot of BLs. Like the stories are complicated. They deal with like heavier themes, but not anything where we're leaving the realm of BL. Like we're still like able to have the light sweetness, but there's consistently melancholy in all of these. Like it's really, she loves dissecting like class difference.
Yeah.
Rural versus city life.
There's a specific tone to her work.
She likes an odd couple pair.
Yeah.
One quiet, one loud. We have seen all of them personally. This is the only one we've ever watched for the channel.
Yeah. Now that we've seen all of them, I'm also noticing like her favorite like shots, her favorite like elements that she likes to use.
Yeah, it was interesting watching this with my favorite BL as of now.
Who knows what's gonna happen in a couple weeks? Chicken.
Being To My Star, specifically To My Star 2. Because I do think this shares a lot of similarities with that.
Yeah, totally.
But I think we should dive right in.
Okay.
So the cast, we have Kim Noo-rim plays Lee Do-hwae. Lee Sun plays Shin Joo-young. That's the main couple. Jang Yeon-woo plays Ha Hyun-oh. Yoo Ha-bok plays Lee Jung-sok.
Master Lee.
Yep.
Grandmaster.
Yes. Yoon Ji-won plays Saw Gong-eun. She plays like the grandmaster of the
Taekwondo
class in the city.
Class in the city that Joo-young works at.
Mm-hmm. Han So-hyun plays Na Min-ji, who is a mother of one of the students that is at the tutoring class. And is he also? He's not also. Is he? The kid does both. The kid does both. That's right.
Tutoring and in the Taekwondo.
And in the Taekwondo class. And then Ham Sang-hyuk plays Gwangmo, the kid. Okay, that's your main cast.
Mm-hmm.
We have 8 episodes. We get a time jump.
We'd get a huge time jump.
Big 12-year time jump.
Uh-huh.
I think we should get right into it. This is heavy.
Yes.
And it, I think, is her most complicated, or her most
the characters
confusing.
The characters are the most complicated. And the plot, the timeline is the most confusing.
Yes.
As opposed in regards to like what events actually happened, what were the gaps that we missed in the different time jumps.
Right.
The fact that we're using a lot of time jumps.
Yeah.
Also, I think this is the first time we've done it.
She plays with time in To My Star 2. There's a lot of memories that we jump back to
fill the gap between the two seasons.
But there's not a true time jump in this
No.
way. Well, no, that's not true, because at the end of Where Your Eyes Linger, we jump a
for like a
huge
epilogue.
time jump for a little epilogue, yes. But that's like the first time. It's her first one, but that's the first time she uses it.
That's true.
This is, I would say, this is a show that I feel like would benefit. This is a show. And we've always said that.
We've always said that.
This is a show that I do feel like would benefit from a rewatch. Because once you know the story, then you can see. Yeah. Because while you're going through it, there's so little information. You were only given the information that you need in that moment for that scene.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of this show.
Which I think which aids in the confusion and the complication that you feel about characters.
Correct. It's done purposely, and I would say pretty masterfully. Yeah. But I do remember, because we didn't watch this when it came out, but I remember people like being really excited about it because obviously like she has a good body of work.
Yeah.
And this started airing, and because I think partially it was more confusing than her other stuff, I think people were getting like really turned off, because if I was waiting week to week, I mean, we did kind of technically wait week to week as we watched it, but
we bundled
in episode, like we did 3 episodes, and then 2 episodes. So we had like a little bit of like an advanced, more than like when it came out, which was 2. But I think there was some conversation around like, this is too confusing, or like, this is like, if you don't know the whole picture, it's not clear how it comes together. And there are things that are withheld very purposefully because it has to be a reveal at the end. It's not necessarily a twist. I wouldn't say there's any twists in this show, but there are things that you learn that are like surprises.
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a twist. It's just, I think it goes back to like, she chooses skillfully what to reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think, so all of that, I think worked for me. But truly, I will be very honest, it was not until the last 2 episodes where I was like, okay, got it.
Really?
Because like the first 6, I was like on board, but I was like, if she doesn't nail the explanation, then I'm like, there's too, because I had so many questions.
So you kind of had a lot of questions going in that you needed like an what exactly? Whose explanation were you looking for?
The biggest question is you don't know you have no clarity about what officially happened on the day of the college entrance exam. That is the biggest question that the show does not resolve until the end. And I think it's handled so well. Yeah. And I think it's, I mean, like, I really applaud this show for everything it really tries to do. I don't know if this is my favorite of her work, but like, I did really respect it.
Yeah, I guess so the college admission day, I was taking every bit of information as we get it. That's the fact. So I was never looking as like, well, there's got to be more. Because I think I just like assumed that like, that's it. That's all we're going to know. So I just have to take it by face value. So like when Ju Young was trying not to distract Do Hui from the test.
Right, by intervening.
Mm-hmm. I just assumed that like like it was a miscommunication, and then when the little bit of like information kept creeping out, I was just taking it at the time. So it wasn't that I was necessarily looking for explanations by the end. It wasn't until they introduced things like there is a complaint about him, or there's a reason why. They connect it for you, like they show it in montage. Like, why does everyone get so weird when they talk about what university he went to?
Yes.
From his face and from what's his name? Hyono's face. So I was like, oh, but I don't know. Maybe I was like the ideal audience for her because it was like, I wasn't like, I was just like going along for the ride.
I mean, I too was like, taking in the information and believing that was the truth.
That's true. Yeah.
It doesn't really play with like an unreliable narrator in any way.
No.
But it does, that Do Hui is holding on to a secret the whole time.
Yeah.
Now you find out he's actually holding on to multiple secrets. And he feels there's so much guilt in this show. That's crazy. But I was like, going into it, I was like, I know there's something that we don't know yet. Like, I just had that feeling that we did not have the whole story.
For the girlies that may have been confused, because a lot of the people that rewatched it with us, who had like maybe saw it or like they stopped halfway through and then continued with us, a lot of them did comment that like I was kind of lost too sometimes. Yeah. So can I challenge you to try just like explain just like the full arc of the plot?
I'll do it in chronological order.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So, Do Hui and his dad live above like a Taekwondo studio, and his dad is the grandmaster of the studio. Do Hui grew up doing Taekwondo, but he has since given it up, and he is very studious and has plans to get out of this small town that they live in and move to Seoul for college. Ju Young comes in, and he is another teen who's like been sent by his family to study at the Taekwondo studio and live with them. And we find out later it's due to the fact that he like beat up a teacher.
He like fought back with a teacher who was like disciplining
another student.
Corporal punishment is kind of the big
violence is
sanctioned
versus unsanctioned violence is the theme of the show.
Big theme.
I would say it's like the main theme. Yeah. It's like the whole thing.
That's the curse, honey.
That's the curse, mama.
It's not Taekwondo. Taekwondo is hiding.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this discipline.
So he comes and lives with them. There's a little bit in the first like episode of a little bit of like they get off on the wrong foot. They're kind of odd.
Yes.
Odd couple
Do Hui
energy.
is very like quiet, introvert, reserved, but also because he puts a lot of guard and like barriers up because he is under the
curse.
He is under the discipline of his father, who is violent.
Yes. They start to fall in love is at the same time that Ju-young is realizing that Do-hwe's father abuses him.
Yeah.
And also Do-hwe's father starts to
Abuse
take his abuse out also on Ju-young.
Yes.
Meanwhile, there are like students in school
who are also getting beat up by Grandmaster.
By him. Because they know he'll like punish them.
Yes, like
for the town.
The elders, kind of all have accepted that he is the disciplinarian.
Very the village energy.
Yeah. It's awful.
And so then they in turn run after Do-hwe
and bully him
because
Hyuno
it's his dad that's up to it.
Hyuno is one of the...
He's like the head of the gang.
The head of this like group.
But he will never actually participate in the violence. He'll like...
Yes, he kind of like
riles them up,
yep.
but he will never actually do anything to Do-hwe himself.
Because
he's gay.
Well, he's gay. And they used to be close friends.
But his dad is the cop.
See what I mean? Like there's...
It's a lot of... It's truly like...
Yeah.
This is I genuinely feel like her most feminist piece as well.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the one that's like, hey, we actually don't have to let men be like this.
Yeah.
Men don't have to do this, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
But I won't get into that. Then they're getting ready they start to like bloom in this little relationship. Mm. They run away for a night and go to Seoul. They like take a bus to go.
No, it's like...
Or like in...
It's the town where they go to.
They run away for a night. They go to Ilsan. They spend the night as if they're like gonna run away forever, but then they realize they can't. They can't really get a hotel. They go back, but like their romance is like blossoming. They're falling in love. It's very sweet. The day of the college admissions exams, Grandmaster is in the Taekwondo studio causing a ruckus because he's drunk, and Ju-young goes down to intervene so that he doesn't wake up Do-hwe, who has to get up early so that he can go and do this one-time college admissions exam. Yep. And a fight breaks out in the process. The whole story is that Do-hwe not only sees the fight before he leaves, he chooses to ignore it.
Yeah.
Goes to a payphone, calls the cops on them, gets to school, and then Hyuno says, I heard the cops are coming, went to your place. Yeah. I thought it was about you. And he ignores it and moves on. He tries to put it all behind him, but he can't. By the end, he can't, and he fails the college admissions exam.
Fast forward. Ju-young gets sent home.
Because he beats up an old man. Okay. That's the past. Yeah. Now in the future, aka 12 years later,
we jump and Ju-young is teaching at this like Taekwondo center to little kids. Yep.
And
he gets visited by Grandmaster.
Who asks, and they seem to have a somewhat mended relationship.
Yeah. And we also couldn't tell, like, is there rehabilitation that's been done by Grandmaster Lee?
Or like, is it, like, a respect for your elders thing?
Yes.
Or is it, like, Ju-young sees that he is the last link to Do-hwe, who is ghosted out of his life completely?
Do-hwe, after the college entrance exam, has left. And never came home.
They never saw each other again. So, Grandmaster dies. So then they run into each other at the funeral. That's where they see each other again for the first time.
The Grandmaster, before he died, is like, you should take over. You should
own the studio.
You should be a dojo and be your own Grandmaster.
Mm-hmm. Then
Do-hwe comes to the funeral.
Pissed
with Hyuno.
As
adults, nice car.
Nice coats.
Walking
K-drama
together.
Coats. Mm-hmm.
Guys, they came together. So immediately we were like,
they're together. However, we learn that they are actually not together. They're not even living together, but there's definitely a one-sided... Hyuno really likes Do-hwe.
And has done a lot for Hyuno.
And has done a lot for him, which does include covering up the fact that Do-hwe forged a degree
diploma. Yeah.
And has been masquerading having a successful life, even though he does not have the actual credentials to back it up.
Yes.
But we know as a character, he's very smart, he's very skilled. So it's not that he's like dumb masquerading.
Yes, he just didn't have the
official degree.
So that degree he used to get a job at where he tutors English that Hyono had helped him get.
Okay, so then
Ju-young has seen him.
Yes. So Ju-young has seen him. He tries to like get back into his life. Do-hye very much has his walls up.
Yes, because he's like, I don't want to revisit my past.
Correct. Ju-young does a lot of apologizing because he thinks that he's upset that his fight with his father distracted him and led to him leaving and failing the college admissions exam, blah, blah, blah. Which is kind of, I mean, technically true, but like, it's so much more complicated.
At the time, he didn't, that's the thing, like, at the time, he didn't know that he failed. He just knows that he, like, left and, like, had severed this relationship. Yeah. And, like, through that, like, his insistence, Do-hye, is like, who do you think called the cops? It was me. Yeah. Yeah.
Do-hye does not end up selling the Taekwondo studio to Ju-young. And he also absolves Hyono of his guilt because Hyono had a lot of guilt that he like stirred the pot and thought he was the one that like.
Well, yeah, because Hyono kind of, this is how he like admits that yes, his feelings for him have been there since the beginning, since high school,
very very long ago.
Yeah,
but and his was very much an energy of like. He didn't know what it was. He didn't know where to put it.
Right.
That's
there was the thing of like, he was saying like back in high school when they were like beating up Ju-young, and like resisting and holding back Do-hye, he like, Hyono was like, I've never seen you react when we beat up to you, but when we were beating up Ju-young, that was the first time you were like telling us to stop.
Yeah.
And that's when he knew that like, oh, I think there's something more.
There's something cooking.
And I wish I was that. I wish I could be that person.
And then there's like a whole subplot with this kid who is in both the Taekwondo studio and the English tutoring classes, where he is being given like prescription pills by his parents in order for him to like do more better academically.
Yeah. And they're very like
uppers, like Judy Garland uppers downers.
Yes,
like
MGM,
that's the energy,
honey.
Not good.
And they're very like emotionally abusive to him, out in public. From what we've seen, like the dad will be like verbally like yelling at him outside.
So
Do-hye tries to.
His mom and the kid's mom is a professor.
Of architecture in the university where he pretended to have a diploma from.
So she.
So then, this is the K-drama part of it. You know, like
sure the K-drama
like everything becomes like a thing.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like revealed to everybody that he lied, and he takes the lie, even though Hyono's, as an attorney, his advice, which is not what an attorney should be advising, by the way, but his advice was like, she'll come out with this, but if you blackmail her with the fact that she's abusing her son,
kid,
then she'll be quiet and you can keep your job. And he's like, no, it's not worth it. I'm going to go to report her.
Yeah.
So he reports that
I'll
the kid's
report
being
her
abused.
and let myself kind of still take the blame of.
Right.
Or let her accusation toward me come out.
So his life crumbles from this like success that he had like striven for so long in order to get as far away
from her father.
From his father, his childhood.
Yep.
But now that he's with like Ju-young, they're able to like do this together and walk side by side down the flowery path.
Yes.
Is that it?
He goes to prison, honey.
He does go to prison for 6 months.
6 months. But then when he gets out, they try to start anew. They try to look for. He studies. Yes, he wants to take this exam again so he can go back. He can try to be part of the school.
Yep.
They look for architecture, like programs outside, like out in the
and
world.
the last scene is him finding like Ju-young's Quora account.
Yeah, basically.
where it's all the questions on a forum he had ever asked, and they all
Ever
tied
since-
back to like scenes that we had seen as the audience.
Yes.
Through the past of like him creating handmade snow and like doing all this
all
very
the sweet things
stuff.
back in high school, and even in the time gap where we don't see from both of them to now.
Yeah.
Just like he's always been asking questions about what he can do for Dohwee.
Yep.
And Dohwee like sees all of them for the first time and cries.
And that's the end. Okay. That was so long.
That's all the plot.
That was all the plot. That was
that's
8
all the
episodes of plot.
Now that and you know us, we love talking about the plot, the timeline, getting it done. But now that we've taken care of that, I think we can focus on the men.
On the chemistry.
On the chemistry.
Because it was hitting, mama.
Oh my God, it's so good. First of all, shout out to Joo Young, this actor. They found, a little bit of Kim Gyu-vin, a little bit of Young-eun, a little bit of Song Kang, like a lot of very like puppy,
very
golden
puppy.
Retriever energy.
Very
puppy boyfriend.
Big eyes,
big
eager,
eyes, smiling
constantly,
like emotionally like present. Like shows his emotions on his sleeve.
It is interesting because this is another. What show did we watch? Oh, My Beautiful Man, where we felt like the show changed narrative perspectives halfway through, and this show for sure does that because it starts
a little bit.
Starts at Dohwee. You start at Dohwee.
That's true. Yeah, it does.
And then you turn into Joo Young's
pretty
story.
quickly. I feel like right before the time leap, like we're at Joo Young and we stick to Joo Young for the most part because then it becomes
right until the end. Yeah.
Joo Young wants to try and get Dohwee out of.
Well, yes,
or
and
to
that adds to
come back to him.
We are just as confused why Dohwee is the way he is as Joo Young is.
Yes,
especially because we as audience were like, well, we knew what your gig was, girl.
Yeah.
Like we knew what was going on because we learned very early on that he's like being abused by his dad.
Yeah.
If you have a hard time with abuse, like seeing physical domestic abuse,
I would say the first
parental abuse,
3 episodes of this show is tough to watch.
It's very hard to watch.
It really is.
So that's just a big content warning for those that cannot abide.
I am not a person who's like, I don't want to see it. I think she does a good job of showing you what it is.
It does not feel gratuitous.
Yes, and then it stops. Like it's visible for a little bit in the first episode just to show you how serious it is.
Yes.
And then afterwards it's like it's just their wounds, which like you see a wound, a bruise, you know exactly what's going on.
She's very good at establishing this as Master Lee's character.
Yeah.
So then anytime he's on screen, you're like anxious.
You know exactly. Yes, exactly.
You are just as nervous as them.
Yep.
And I think it's done really well. I think the fascinating aspect of like trying to tell this story, which is about a sport that is literally about violence.
Yes.
And yes, it is it is a
yes.
defensive sport. Like it's like,
yeah,
I understand. I'm not trying to argue that it is like the same as like boxing,
or
which
like
feels very specifically
or even
offensive.
like UFC, like it's not mixed martial arts.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is about sparring. It is about
fighting,
hand-to-hand combat with someone.
Yeah.
And trying to thread the needle of when it is acceptable and when it is not. Because we go through this whole show and both these characters have trauma with violence.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we understand that. That's very clear. It's explicit. I also like that we get into other forms of like parental violence with the like medication story later because I think that's really important. But the show at no point says like, and that's why Taekwondo shouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why it worked so well for me because it's not trying to moralize about the art or the sport itself. Because even Joo Young like goes to try to teach it later.
Exactly. Like he instills the positive things about Taekwondo.
Right.
And like even at the end, like
the discipline.
He like even like Dohwee, when they do end up together, he's like, I know you still like it.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's trying not to like show it to Dohwee,
mm-hmm.
but Joo Young still has a love for it that you get little bits at the end, like he still wants to pursue it in some way.
Yeah. It's also very interesting because there's going to be we're going to have a lot of probably callbacks and references to her other works because this does feel like a bit of like a melting pot of
yes,
everything she's done
there's
before.
something that harkens back to.
So
this.
I just want to spoil, if you've never seen Where Your Eyes Linger, To My Star, or Blooming, just be careful because we might say things that leave spoilers. So I'm giving you a warning now. This reminds me of, obviously, Where Your Eyes Linger.
Yes, they do judo.
Where they do judo, yes.
But
that is more used in
more of the tension, the sexual tension part of the physicality, being able touch. The intimacy. That, and I guess when he broke his arm and he helps him shower, that was also
right. Yeah, that was great.
Hangi-chan, once again, great work.
Come on the pod.
Come on the podcast, honey.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. I mean, it really is. It was very satisfying to watch this, having watched all of her other works.
Yes, totally.
Because it really does feel like a culmination.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that because I'm nervous she's never going to do another PL again.
Right, she's like, and I'm thank
and that
you
was
so
it.
much.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Have a good night. Now listen, sometimes you got to go out with a bang. Sometimes you got to just be like, and I'm done. Yeah. And that's fine. And we have what we have, and thank God.
Yeah.
I hope it's not it, because I do find her work to be gripping.
Yeah.
I think she's a master at like tension.
Would love to see her tackle a GL. Sure. I think she masterfully is able to tell like very human stories that like gets into, because it happens to gay or like queer people. There's an added element to it. But like on the surface, it's like, okay,
But it's just a drama.
Yeah, it's just a drama.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how she could.
It doesn't feel too precious about being like, and they're gay. Yeah, like, it's like, there is obviously the element of like, it's two men the whole time, but it does not dwell on it because that is not the major issue.
Yeah.
And even in something as like, specifically as patriarchal, heteronormative, as like violent as
a martial
art environment, I'm assuming probably is, having never been in martial arts myself, but I'm assuming that's the energy. It's like a very masculine driven sport. I'm sure that them being gay wouldn't be great. That is not at any point
it's about
a conflict in the show.
Yeah.
There is no point at which it's like, we saw them kiss. And in fact,
I mean, that was a real risk. Like, I was scared that they were going to get caught by Grandmaster Lee the entire time.
It's always, so I feel like she's so good at being like, we live in a world where you understand that this is reality. This is the real world. This is our world. This is not a fantasy land.
Yeah.
But I don't think in any of her shows, there is like a homophobia conflict.
Not as a conflict. I think there's some like self-discovery. I think like Blooming, he was like, I'm into guys, like there's like this self-discovery that's part of it.
Yeah. But Blooming specifically is such a self-discovery show in general. I mean, that is like the most coming of age version of what she's done.
Yeah,
for
totally,
sure.
Totally. Yeah.
Even like To My Star 1, there's like a big brouhaha because like people realize they're gay. That I guess has the most.
Yeah.
That I guess has the most.
More one than two. Because he's an actor, and like if word gets out.
But even like in Where Your Eyes Linger, where the dad is like
that's
tech,
right.
Or like a CEO or whatever.
He's a chaebol. There is like,
it's really not like, there's not like, ew, you're gay. He's just like mad that it's happening.
Yeah.
I
think it's more of, that was it in part also adds to him like going against his father's wishes.
Yeah. I just think like it's never, her works are so multi-layered that it's never like, and it's just the obvious thing. Like there's always like three other things going on at the same time.
Yeah. To make the audience feel like conflicted, I think sometimes. So anyway, Jo Young is a puppy.
He's a puppy. He's incredible.
He
is the character you like follow.
There were so many moments through the show that I was just like, I was goo eyes.
Yeah. I mean, this is like everyone's dream boyfriend.
Yeah, I know. Truly.
He's just so endearingly sweet. When he makes snow.
He does make snow. A little weird CGI. I don't think da-seul, I don't think you need to go. Da-seul Sonbei Neem. I don't think you need to.
It's so He's so dumb.
But he's so, yes.
Like, he's true, like, himbo energy.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, he's asking internet questions, so yeah.
Do-hwee is a complicated character to like. And I think she really likes these types of characters.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they are in all of her work.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is like, I guess it is like the equivalent of the tsundere.
Yeah, in more of a K-drama version. Because Kangmin's character in To My Star, I had a really hard time kind of like getting on his side.
Yeah.
Because
it's easier in 1, 2, it's very hard.
2, it's really hard because he's the one who called everything off, and then every time they try to reconnect, he's like fully against it, and you're like, why? You never know why.
Yes, but she loves you. Because people, there is like
that's
a
what people
truth,
do. Yeah.
Yes, there is a very like, this is my truth, and I don't want anyone else to know it. This is my true vulnerability that no one else can see.
And I think because I think this version has a time leap in it, it kind of condenses the same effect of To My Star 1 and 2, where in the first half, where we're in the high school years, you see that he is capable of change and is able to like be connected and like light up.
He's so cold in like the first 2 episodes. Episode 3, it's like so sweet. You see him smile so much.
Yes.
It's so endearing.
Yeah.
We jump to the city. He's
and
cold
he
again.
Reverted. Yeah.
And then it's like episode even. I mean, like it's like episode 8 basically is when he's like back to being smiley again. It like takes all that time for it to like.
Which is very To My Star.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah.
I
think it's hard to root for, but I also think like that is the character that you can understand the most. Even though I think in this show, Ju-young is the audience surrogate because we're trying to figure out the mystery with him of like why Do-hwee changed. But the things you reveal about Do-hwee, you're like, yeah, I understand why he is keeping and guarding all of this.
Yeah.
I understand why he would feel pressured to forge a diploma.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also, definitely don't say that the blueprint you came up with is like a really famous
one. Yeah, it's fully like printing out the Sistine Chapel, and you're like, yeah, that was something I whipped up for a group project.
It was my midterm.
And the mom was like, that's like Mama, that's Frank Lloyd Wright, honey.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Frank Lloyd Wright.
That's the Hancock Building. What are you doing?
That's the Waterfall House, girl. Like, it's in Wisconsin. What are we talking about?
That's the Kohler Museum, girl. What are you doing? Yeah.
So maybe some dumbness there.
Yeah.
But no, I think the performance from Kim Nurim is so, I mean, it is what's the phrase? It's a
gag, honey.
No, it's I mean, I think like for Kim Nurim, this is like a thankless task.
Absolutely.
To like play this character.
Yeah.
Because you're battling for the audience's affections against the guy who looks like a human puppy dog.
I know.
So you're already starting at a disadvantage.
Exactly.
And you're kind of like the sourpuss cat through the whole thing.
Yes, you have to like resist his attempts to like charm you.
But this doesn't work if you don't have the whole story to back it up.
I know.
And you have to
feel it every time he's on screen, every interaction that he has.
That's why you have to like set the like, it can't just be alluded to that he was like maybe spanked as a kid, right? Like you have to actually feel the weight of the trauma, the ghost of this oppressive home,
the
just
curse,
like haunting this entire, like him having to go back as like an adult in order just to like sell this property is like,
you feel
let me say this. As someone who potentially may have to deal with this in kind of my own way, unless my dad has figured it out in other ways. It's gonna be a full nightmare when it happens.
Yeah.
And it is like a haunting, looming specter.
Yes.
That unfortunately, until it is like this show truly did remind me of The Haunting of Hill House.
I know.
Because it's such
there were
like about
shots
the
of like the
specter
ghost
of grief.
Yeah. It really is more about grief, I think. Like,
it's for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure there's like a ton of grief. But it's not even like grief for his dad. It's like grief for this childhood that I fully lost.
I know.
which I think is like the saddest part, and why
Yeah.
it's so incredibly moving when he like makes the choice to intervene
Yes.
for Guangmo.
Yeah.
Because
he can't. You gotta stop. We have to let free the curse.
yeah, we have to. What is it? We have to stop the generational trauma.
Generational trauma. Family trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most haunting of Hill House moment was when he finds out that he sees the failed test exams,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see in scene the ghost, the dad in that moment, calling, finding out, and then like sitting down, and then like you see him, Ju Young, coming back later, and like you find out that he has been coming to like take care of him, or at least just see him during that time gap.
Yeah.
And that's when he finds out that he did fail that exam.
But even that, I mean, like, if I had a parent who abused me and my ex-boyfriend became a surrogate child of my parent, even past the point of knowing what happened,
I don't want to do anything with it. I want to leave
it is so
them.
incredibly I mean, like...
I get why I would cut off all ties and be like, I don't want to hear the words Taekwondo ever again.
No.
Sorry.
But I also really like that there is this element of Do-hwe and Hyono's relationship in the present day, where Hyono clearly wants more with Do-hwe, but Do-hwe won't say no because he feels this guilt because of what Hyono knows about the situation.
Yes.
Hyono knows the truth that he is not who he says he is.
Yep.
But as long as they have this, like, will they, won't they, he won't say anything, and everything can, like, be as it is. But you can't live like that forever.
No.
I mean, 12 years is a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
It's a long time for a ruse, honey.
I mean, get yourself Photoshop, honey. You too can be a graduate of the architecture school.
And you can use this offer code for your Photoshop lessons, honey. No, since you've mentioned Hyono. Woo! Listen.
That is
hot.
Oh my god.
Chiseled face.
Truly like
body tea. Lawyer.
K-drama. Tea.
He is the one that you have to make it so appealing that you're like, yes, why wouldn't you just be with him?
Yeah.
And we just assume that like they are together, they live together.
Yeah.
No, they have been like, he's keeping him on like in arm's length, but then he keeps like quote unquote spending the night. But I guess
But it is just a true spending that I do not think they did anything.
I don't know. There is something I feel like there's still a mystery of like maybe they have indulged in the past, but it gives the energy kind of like Love in the Big City where it's like, oh, that none of that didn't mean anything. Like that's just whatever. Like I feel like maybe Do-hwe has used that against Hyono.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know. We don't say. I'm inferring, obviously, but like, I don't know. Just
it would be very impressive for this man for 12 years to pine after to be such a simp.
Yes.
For this man, but
that is
things have happened, and that is very K-drama.
That is very K-drama. Yes. To like keep that trope of like for 30 years I've been a simp for this person.
I've just been waiting on a string, waiting for your beck and call.
But it's so yeah.
Do-hwe's better than me, girl. I would have been.
Go. Yeah, honey.
He's so hot.
He's so fine.
He's so hot.
And actually, I was really shocked that at the end, on the last episode, like he was able to. He had his own let free moments.
Yeah.
Like he like calls him and like tells him like I have been in love with you all this time, blah blah blah, and this is my way of being able to let free you by helping you out here, and I hope that. Because I can't have you, I just want you to be happy.
But it's like once they have this conversation, they're finally able to like laugh and like there's not this tension looming over everything. It is crazy. The whole like oppressive feeling of this piece really does free up in the final episode.
Totally.
Like you feel it vanish as the episode continues.
And
and the truth comes out.
These last like 20 minutes of the show, like it's pure joy.
What I do think she's really good at, and I think every single show, I would have to think a little bit more about blueming, but I think in every single show she's done, she gives the perfect amount of what I like to call aftercare, which is like, we've gone through the trauma, they're finally together, but we're not just going to end on the kiss.
Yes.
We're going to end
We show them a little domesticity so we can see like their feelings.
The shortest version is Where Your Eyes Linger, because it's like a true epilogue, but even that is like, you don't think you're going to get it.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's like its own reward.
So you get the epilogue and there's a reward.
She is very good about being like, and then
they
aren't perfect.
Things aren't perfect, but they're together.
They're together and they're
going
happy
through
and
life
they're
together.
You know what their fights are? About leaving your
not cleaning
spraying water over the toilet and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean pee, I mean actual literal water, because it's Korean showers. And we have to acknowledge that this does exist in the hwang da-seul multiverse.
Oh yes, because it is
because the guy who
one of the elders
of the town is connected to To My Star 2 specifically. If you think about it, like, Ju-young got in trouble again because Do-hye didn't step in.
Yeah.
Like, he called the police, like, he got him in even more severe trouble than what he would have. So, like, there is that level of, like, Do-hye also probably feels some guilt in regards to, like, what happened that day for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, the guilt thing, sometimes I do get frustrated about that in K-drama because it becomes like such a thing. Like,
it's
that
very much
stunts a character from doing anything. And Mama, as someone who grew up with a lot of Catholic guilt, honey, I know.
Let free the curse of
Let free
Catholicism.
the curse of Catholic guilt, honey. So I think I get frustrated at it because I understand it. Of like, yeah, I would totally.
Yeah,
I understand why. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but I think what the show does really well is even honestly, as painful as the high school years were to watch, when they finally admitted to each other that they may like each other or whatever, they break that seal, they kiss, like, the show just focuses on them.
I know.
And you don't know if
things are better.
You don't know if things are better or not. I don't think they are.
I loved that. I loved the framing. The show becomes such a unreal, like, BL for like 20 minutes where it's just like all the happiest times because they've just fallen in love with each other.
Yes.
And I think it's such a good example of like, someone else can be your escape, even if you're living through
like a
terrible time.
Yeah, totally.
And it's framed in such a way where it's like, oh, the only memories they have of this time aren't even all the times they were getting abused, they were whatever. It was just like the fun they were having together as they were like falling more in love with each other. And it sets up the devastation of like the loss at the end of episode 3 so well.
Yeah. Love this kiss in the car, this awkward.
But you also have to set up how much Ju-young loves Do-hye so that he would go and intervene.
Totally,
on the day
you
of the
needed
exam.
to build up the stakes so it's believable that he would go out of his way.
Throw himself in front of the
I love this first kiss in the car. The awkward, like, should I go this way? Should I go that way? I love it. I love it.
I know.
I love that.
I even love that, like, in the adult version, they have, like, this sex scene that's,
they
like,
have this love
very
scene.
awkward.
Yes. Because our Patreon have, like, commented on it that, like, they match up the first time they do have sex, like, back in the past.
Or, like, hook up. In a real sexual way.
Playful and awkward because they're trying to figure things out. And they're teenagers, so it's, like, it's not serious. And then overlapped with the present love scene, and it is a lot more like sensual and like intimate and like serious.
But there's still
you can't tell if it's like, are they happy? Like, you can't tell. There's like such thick tension that they just need to do it, but like it's not fully connecting.
Yeah.
And it's so like bright and dark. Like contrasting.
And it truly is
so
the way
crazy
it's shot, and it's the way they play that scene. Like, it's impressive that through no words are we able to get what she's trying to portray.
It's just
because
visual.
It's like the end. It's like episode 6 when they're like, okay, we're back together.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, there's 2 more episodes, and like they seem happy, but this can't
be
it because
something
that
else
is
still happening. Yeah.
And so that's like the clue of being like,
oh, there's still something that they haven't, and we don't know like why.
That's being addressed,
we just know that like there's something that they're not talking about.
I love when Do-hwee like finds the scores in the glove compartment, and then he comes in and like Ju-young goes like, I'm stupid, I don't know what it means. Like, just trying to be like, give him every out.
Yeah.
Because he has put it together what's gone on. Yep. And he doesn't want to face the truth and it's not because he's like, I'm disappointed in you, Do-hwee. It's because let's live in this non-real. Let's live in this universe where everything works out just fine. And it can't work out just fine. And the whole thing is about being like, you have to come to terms with everything.
With everything in the past. Mm-hmm. Literally everything. You can't compartmentalize.
You can't run away from it. It will haunt you. You've been cursed.
You've been cursed.
Is there anything else? Anything about who is your MVP?
Who's the protagonist, first of all?
That's a good question. It's for sure Do-hwee. Do-hwee is the protagonist.
It is, yeah.
He's the biggest change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think my personal MVP is Ju-young. Because, I mean, probably one of my favorite BL characters. Mm-hmm. Just so down to earth, like, just emotionally available and, like, present. Yeah. Like, it's a character that, like, you, just fawn over.
Yeah.
You just love to watch them.
It's another very common K-drama character, which is like the very sweet.
Yeah, it's candy.
Impossibly sweet character.
Yeah. To the point that like sometimes because they're so sweet, the other person is like, do I even I don't deserve this much love.
It's too much. It's a burden to be like
burden, Robert.
To be like foisted this much love upon. Then I'll give it to Kim Nurim, who plays Do-hwee.
Yeah,
I think he's great. But also, I mean,
Hyuna was really good.
Hwang da-seul.
I mean, Hwang da-seul, I think is the true MVP.
Hello,
because even if this was not your favorite, you can't like knock that it wasn't masterfully.
I'm sure there's
made.
People that could.
I'm sure people can, but you can't. You can't be like, well, this was poorly made.
Right.
I don't like that's
there is like true craft and intention.
Just because you may not like what you're watching doesn't mean it's bad. Like it is.
It's just not for you.
It's just not for you. Because there are some things that like that we watch that like we don't like or like don't.
Yes, very recently.
Yes, but it doesn't mean it's not bad.
Correct.
It's just like, oof, this just wasn't for me, and I don't think what they were going for is something I like. But I can appreciate that it was a good film.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think Do-hwee is great. I think I said earlier, but like he really it's such a hill to climb. And I think he really does well because by the end you were like, I was like sobbing as he was reading the questions
on the internet. Yeah. I know.
And my biggest gripe with the show is because we have this crazy age jump. They look so believable as like 30-year-olds.
So in the
high school looks crazy.
Yeah,
like everyone is like 45, and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah,
that's like, the only thing that drove me crazy.
Yes, this happens a lot. I think in the time jumps, the high school to adult, like it's not big enough. Like they need to either make them look younger, or I don't know.
But I wouldn't. If it was like one episode, then I would just say cast someone else.
Yeah,
but because
because it has to kind
show,
of. I know.
Yeah. But I think we really liked this. So those are our MVPs. Okay, do we want to do
tier? What Twice fans called once? That's how much we would watch this. I ain't reading all that. Complicated fave. Keeping this in syndication. Scrub my memory. This is tough because I would say quality caliber wise, you could scrub my memory to experience this all over again. I don't really want to experience some of the heavy stuff again.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep it in syndication.
I don't want to watch it again. Yes, I don't want to watch it again.
But I put To My Star 2 in Scrub My Memory. Even though that is also...
Oh my God.
That is...
Adam was... Guys, I wish
The themes are not heavier than this, but the loss and devastation is huge.
Oh my God. If you could have seen Adam,
I cried every episode.
That first episode of To My Star 2, when Adam realized that like they're not together
Spoiler
and they
alert for
haven't been. The show starts with them not being together.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam literally watching his heart break.
Oh my God.
In person. And like had to sit.
Horrible.
It was horrible.
Horrible, Robert.
But imagine if it was on camera. Ooh.
Imagine. I'm sure I'd cry just as much again, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I would put this in Scrub Your Memory.
Scrub Your Memory. All right.
I also think this is like one of those that is so accessible.
Yeah.
That like anybody
if
could
you're
watch
already
this.
watching K-dramas, like if you're already watching, Queen of Tears or any of the like big melodramatic ones, this is right up your alley. And you're like, wow, 8 episodes, 30 minutes each?
Yeah.
Easy.
You just need like one primer of a like Crash Landing just to get what a K-drama does. Yeah. And then I think you're like, oh great.
This is something my mom, I think, would eat up.
Yeah. I would not give this to my mom as like her first K-drama.
No.
She needs
it's
like
so fun. Your mom is so fascinating because she watched a Korean dating show with us.
Hello?
She watched all of Change Days.
Change Days, the X show.
The X show.
No, the soon-to-be X show. Yeah.
So.
She did say it got repetitive by the end.
Yeah, that's dating shows, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Matrix. Oof. Her work, I feel like, is tough to chart out the made for gays, made for straights. Because the K-drama, the melodrama is very much for...
It feels so uncamp. That it's like... Yes. And I understand that like things can be camp and still be made for gay people. Yeah. But it just feels like such a...
I think it's for straight people.
It's for straight people, but it is not made in a way where it's like
explaining.
And it doesn't do some of the like frustrating things that gay people find about things made for straight people, where it's like
gay content.
Oh, the bottom is like a girl.
Yeah,
like it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't do that.
No,
it doesn't like gender normalize the positions in a way that sometimes it does. But it's obviously character driven.
Yeah. All the way up, honey.
Yeah.
Because the plot, it makes a point that, like, you don't know the timeline until the very end. But you've already made judgments of the people, which is the point.
It's like an exercise in trusting your characters. Yeah.
Wow.
I think we could have gone even longer, to be honest.
I think it could have been 9 episodes.
Okay, sure.
I think it could have had 1 episode. I don't know what they would have.
It would have been nice and clean for us because we did 3 at a time.
I don't know what they could have expanded. I think if not 9 episodes, maybe expanded the last 2 episodes just a little bit. Not that I was looking for like, oh, I wish they could dive into this more, but like I feel like in a typical K-drama, they would take the very last plot and try to tie it in. So I was kind of expecting like, oh, the repercussions of the lie and the parents, like maybe we would have seen a trial or something. We would have seen the parents all.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, that's more K-drama thing of the town,
the comeuppance,
the rumors and the gossip of the town.
Yes, because there were rumors and gossip, but then like it just gets like in a news like voiceover. It's like all the parents like have all petitioned and signed something to help the plea bargain for Do-hwe, so the sentence is light. Like in a drama, in a K-drama, like with more longer episodes, I could have seen that. Like we could have seen that.
That I don't think is.
But I don't think it's needed. But something in the like the act of everyone coming together for Do-hwe, even though he lied.
Yeah, the thing I would have liked one more is like I would have liked one more high school episode. So there are 8 episodes. The end of episode 3 is when the time jump happens.
Yeah, it's mid.
And famously, a lot of the web drama K-dramas come out in sets of 2.
Yeah.
So that means that week you got the time jump in the middle of your set of 2.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I think like it would have been I thought it was very fun for us
because
to
we
experience it and then have to wait a week to see the actual jump. That I think is the only thing I would have done. I would have done an extra episode and then have it be the end of episode 4 is when we get the time jump. I don't know what we would have filled though.
I know exactly
because I do think the high school portion is like very clean. I know. Really neat.
That's the thing. The 8 episodes, it's so perfectly what we got.
Yeah,
I think.
But I mean, like the 8 episodes. I just think the 8 episodes is like four. Now this is. I'm not saying this is like a simple show, but like for a lot of romance, because there's standard beats that get hit, like it's such a like clean, you can like set it like clockwork basically. Yeah. So that I appreciate about it. But yeah, it could have been 9. I don't know what I would have added to the high school stuff, but like I think you could have gone more into like the town and the different parents and stuff like that. Like that I think could have been interesting because they do come back later during the funeral.
Yeah.
That's true. I thought that could have been. There could have been more there, maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't have needed it, but it could have been just like a feeling of expanded the town. Because that is one thing I really like about To My Star 2 is all of the like town characters.
The ensemble of the town is very important.
And that they're all very complicated. It really doesn't say, it is not a more, it is not like
because you're from a small town, you're dumb, and
and it's not like, oh, and they're so pure. The city people are so mean, and the town people in the town are so pure. There's like, they're very everything is so like,
it's made to make the audience think like it's where you find home.
Yeah. There's like the small town, like there's always the like everybody knows each other's business. There's gossip, But then when we're back in the city, it's always like everybody's so cutthroat and like there's no like kindness given anywhere. Like
especially when it gets to academics and like the pressures that like children have to go through.
Yeah.
Because they need to like nail what school or what career or profession they're gonna do.
I mean, that critique of like Korean kind of like emphasis on academia is, I think, very telling.
Yeah,
that I think that's where the younger generation is with this. Like,
I know you said you didn't want to rank. I'm not asking you to rank, but I would still. I'm just curious of the 5. What still kind of reigns true as
I
your
will
favorite?
rank To My Stars separate from each other because I think 1 and
2 are different.
Even though it's the same show and it is continued,
I agree.
They feel so incredibly different.
Where lies your favorite?
Where do your eyes linger on
the blooming on the blooming stars
and their
curses?
I would say To My Star 2 is still my favorite. But To My Star 1 is maybe my probably 4th.
It's probably
it's also, I want to caveat this and say, I have not watched any of these since the end of 2022.
Yes, that's true.
Besides this, I haven't watched any of these since the end of 2022.
Yeah.
To My Star 2. I think 2 is... I think 2 is Blooming. I think 3 is Taekwondo. I think 4 is To My Star 1.
And then Linger.
And I think Linger is 5.
Yeah.
Not that I think Linger is bad. It's weakest. Just the shortest and it's like the most BL.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but in the way that's like, okay, yeah.
She's hitting the same. It's just the standard beats.
Yeah. It's still really well done.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for that, but you're like first thing. That's so annoying.
Knock it out of your part. I know.
That's so annoying.
Well, I think she nailed it with the casting too. Like their chemistry is so good, and they are. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your ranking? What's your number 1? Is it To My Star 2?
I think it's Blooming. I think Blooming might be. Blooming. I really liked Blooming.
Yeah.
I think Blooming is still my favorite one, which is funny because I think when we were so new to BL and people were like just like recommending BLs to us. About
Blooming.
I felt like we got a lot of like, you got to do Blooming, you got to watch Blooming. I think it was like during 8th Sense that people were like, you got to see Blooming. Have you seen Blooming? Because I think we were talking about the coming of age-ness of it.
Sure.
I think Blooming is my favorite, and then I think Taekwondo is my second. Just because I'm so impressed by the
way it plays
with the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then to my star,
I would say Let Free the Curse is very much like a director, like an auteur.
I know, that's
energy.
why to me it feels like, oh, she's establishing that I have a tone. Even though you've already seen it play through the first 4, it stamps.
Yes, it is. I would say, like, as we're watching it, I was like, whew, this is like, it is like, you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
But I almost respect things that,
when a director's like, I
trust you as
an audience member to get it.
It's very nice to not be handed things on a silver platter.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Taekwondo is number 2. I think To My Star 2 is my number 3. And I think I liked Where Your Eyes Linger more than To My Star 1. Mm-hmm. I actually think To My Star 1 played more with the like stereotypical beats because it was like an idol. It was playing with the trope of an idol.
Yeah.
Which is like fun. It was fun to like play around with because they had a bigger,
and he's such great
enemies to lovers, and he's so good. He's so good. But I think the Where Your Eyes Linger, the tension, the physical skinship, the tension is so good.
Yeah,
I think about it to this day of like one of the best kind of uses of KBL tension.
Yes, physical, where it's not sexual.
And it's not sexual, but there is something unspoken and you can't explain
primal.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay. Well, I don't think we've discussed. No, we have. You have a list.
The list is out today on Patreon.
For the next
vote.
Is this the Saturday?
This is spooky.
Spooky Saturdays?
Spooky Saturdays. So for our new poll that is out right now on patreon.com for the BL lovers and the combo berets, we have 3 options to choose from. From Thailand, we have Kemjira, which is currently airing. Mm-hmm. And that's a Buddhist spooky
Let Free ghost. It's another Let Free the Curse, honey.
Let Free the Curse of the Ghosts.
Nanping is literally cursed.
Yes, truly. So that's Thailand. From Japan, we have Eternal Yesterday.
Ooh, what's that about?
Great question.
We'll watch the trailer.
Ghosts.
I
think one of them's dead.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a spoiler.
Oh.
I don't know.
Ghosts.
It's about ghosts.
Ghosts of some kind. Okay.
It was on a list of spooky BLs.
Okay.
And the third one is a Taiwanese BL, which is, I would say, probably not actually spooky, but it does deal with like supernaturally.
Paranormal? Okay.
It's called Stay By My Side.
Oh, okay. Ghosts? Vampire?
It's not vampire. That one is like,
they're all ghosts, because like
there's a talisman and there's like ghost voices that he hears.
Okay.
Because Kemjira, but I think it's more of a comedy.
Okay. Still, spooky adjacent. Yeah, ghosts. I think it's ghosts all around.
Scooby-Doo is a comedy, and it's filled with ghosts.
It's ghosts all around, because Kemjira, even though he's cursed, there's a ghost keeps trying to haunt him and kill him. That's the curse.
Sure.
So, ghosts of the past, ghosts of the present, ghosts of the future, ghosts on CBS.
We're just watching ghosts.
Yeah. So you can find that poll is out now on patreon.com/boysloveboyslove. You can join the BL lovers or the combo tier, or you don't have to participate in the voting. Just wait to see what wins and then buy that collection, because you can. And you can join that Patreon reaction with us. Thank you, Adam, so much. Grandmaster Adam, for joining us today.
I don't want to. Great. Thanks.
And we will join you at our next BL, honey.